RFG from the very beginning has been focused on innovation and disruption in the industry. So we're in a really unique position in terms of advisors and how they're brainstorming with us about the future of the industry. And what's really hitting home, Fidelity did that phenomenal benchmarking study where they talked about, are advisors thriving or are they just surviving? And it really came down to, how are they spending their time? Advisors are spending 60% of their time on non-revenue generating activities. They've fallen out of love with their business in a time when we're sitting in an absolute bull market for advice. So these things don't line up. Right? They don't line up. We're in a bull market for advice. Advisors don't self-identify as thriving, and they're wasting all this time on things that aren't delivering the value to their clients, that aren't fueling their passion for the business. So the conversations that we're having is, how do you align your team to maximize that client experience? How do you leverage the technology, including all of the advanced AI technologies that are coming in order to strip away that non-revenue generating activity and really deepen that relationship? And then most importantly, how do you drive organic growth? That is the magical lever that has to be pulled in order to drive enterprise value. So that's where the conversations we're having are all anchoring around. Organic growth it's extinct for all intents and purposes in our industry. It's crazy. Last year, 1.6%. At RFG, advisors are growing organically at 11.5%, and those that are leaned in to growth at 17+%. So there's a huge delta in those numbers, and it is by design. We are helping advisors to tell their authentic brand story, to really amplify what is connecting with their clients. The data all indicates that clients are looking for, does my advisor get me? Do they share my values? And do I want to spend time with them outside the office? But advisors have kind of been brainwashed by the industry and by compliance that it has to be so straight and narrow to strip away the passion and really the connectedness that they have with their clients. So unleashing that growth story, helping them tell their authentic why, and then surrounding them with fully integrated, as frictionless as possible technology. So you have automated marketing workflows, you have journeys for prospecting, you have journeys for segmenting your business, so each client is engaging with the advisor and their team at the right moment, at the right time. All of these pieces have to come together. If you don't have the right talent on your team, you don't have the right technology, and you haven't aligned your time for growth, you're not going to grow. So we focus on all of those ingredients to drive that organic growth engine. This is, I think, one of the most disruptive and exciting times in our profession. When you really think about the fact that we're just now talking about the succession plans for the G1 innovators and pioneers, we haven't even begun to see the amount of change and absorb the amount of change that we're going to experience over the course of the next 5 to 10 years. There's obviously a huge amount of disruption coming from efficiency being brought into our industry from AI. But on top of that, we're having conversations around integrated tax planning and tax prep, integrated advanced financial planning. That's all becoming table stakes for advisors. But where things start to get really interesting is around AI for helping to be more targeted in lead gen, helping to be able to serve that next gen, the G2, the G3 client. This is a massive opportunity. So the old adage of like a successful advisor, 125 households, a minimum $1 million, it's over. It's done. The demand is surging by 30% over the next 10 years, and the number of advisors is decreasing by 0.2%. So we have a massive amount of demand, but that next gen client is telling advisors, I want something different from you. I need to be able to text you. I need you to be always on. I need you to be creative and help me make smart decisions at those pivot points. So we're doing a ton of work around helping our advisors capture that behavioral finance element and be able to catalyze that for deeper and more impactful relationships. And I think that's going to open up a whole new era of service and opportunity for advisors.